Up next on UBC, brought to you by...
Keep the lights on. Use Airtel Money to pay for all your Yaka bills conveniently. Open the My Airtel app to buy Yaka units. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
Hello, welcome to News Tonight. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. We will dig into it. Apologies for forgetting to introduce Nakakoni Elizabeth is our sign language interpreter. Let's get into it. President Yoweri Museveni has promised to analyze the judiciary concern of granting bail to suspects with capital offences, which he says needs amendment. According to the president, granting bail to such suspects is a provocation of the victims and to Ugandans, which he says will soon be addressed. Ivan Juko reports. We'll bring you that story in a bit, but for now, Uganda Police has directed all its territorial commanders to re-intensify the enforcement of the COVID-19 prevention rules, especially curfew. The police spokesperson, Fred Enanga, has expressed that there is a lot of laxity of the commanders and the public, which may drive the country into another terrible dilemma of the third wave. Nasil Wama has more.
Since the lifting of the lockdown, the public has gone reluctant against the observance of the standard operating procedures. The recent presidential address, though relaxed the lockdown on religious institutions and post-academic institutions, police is finding it difficult to supervise the 200 number recommended in these places of worship.
Then when you go to the betting and gaming houses, these ones were also guided that they should not at any one stage accommodate people within these gaming and betting houses, but you find that these betting shops are actually packed.
Police has directed each territorial commanders to step up the operations against motorists and cyclists who have normalized the situation.
So we are coming out to warn all these, because in one way or another, you're going to find yourself on the wrong side of the partial lockdown, you're going to find yourself on the wrong side of the curfew.
Rider is going to be arrested. The owner of the vehicle driving that motor vehicle is also going to be arrested.
police is operating in situation of no clear fine system, where the Ministry of Finance declined to provide a clear statutory financial framework of finding culprits as directed by the President last year, against those found on the wrong side of the law.
Giving guidance on the fine structure. If somebody is found, or a pedestrian, beyond the curfew time, instead of taking that person to court, he can be fined.
In different operations, police have encountered misuse of ambulances while transporting people beyond curfew, especially those from bars.
We also have intelligence that sometimes the opposition members use some of these private ambulances to transport their members from the meetings that they hold.
The Police Directorate of Crime Intelligence is investigating the matter in which Lieutenant General Henry Tumukunde is alleged to have assaulted one Jasimwa Willie in Muduma, Wakiso district.
The file is almost complete. The Department of General Crime CID headquarters is taking it up, and the General inevitably will be called to give his side of the story.
Last week, police registered 91 major incidents claiming 69 lives and 60 suspects arrested. In curfew enforcement, 1,425 people were arrested, impounding 837 vehicles and 3,228 motorcycles were also impounded. Abdul Nasir Lowama and Lydia Chomkama for UBC News.
Our President Yoweri Museveni has promised to analyze the judiciary concern of granting bail to suspects with capital offences, which he says needs amendment. According to the President, granting bail to such suspects is a provocation of the victims and to Ugandans, which he says will soon be addressed. Now, the President communicated this during the 4th memorial lecture of the late Chief Justice Benedicto Kiwanuka at an event which was held at the judicial headquarters in Kampala.
The judiciary has today commemorated the 4th memorial lecture of the first Chief Justice and Prime Minister of Uganda, the late Benedicto Kiwanuka Kajimu, for his role towards the judiciary and the rule of law. Kiwanuka was murdered by Idi Amin security operatives in 1972. However, to date, the whereabouts of the remains of his body remain unknown to either the family or the general public, a matter that has remained a painstaking issue to the legal fraternity and his family. This function in memory of him was held scientifically at the premises of Uganda's Temple of Justice in Kampala under the theme Administration and Delivery of Justice in Uganda through the years, and was graced by President Yoweri Museveni and commenced with the unveiling of the new monument of the late Benedicto Kiwanuka. It was during this function that President Museveni reiterated the issue of granting bail to suspects with a capital offense, which he says is an element of provocation against Ugandans, especially the victims.
We are going to address it. Also, politically, we are going to, constitutionally, we are going to mobilize ourselves. I'm glad the CJ has, because it will cause us problems. Now, the other problem I'm beginning to see, ideological, again, departure, is this issue of maximum sentence, life imprisonment. Life imprisonment. But you killed a person. You are not put in jail for life. The one you killed is not in jail. He is dead.
Museveni also applauded the achievements done by the late Justice Benedicto Kiwanuka, however castigated those who murdered Kiwanuka in cold blood.
Now, the people who killed Benedicto Kiwanuka thought they were very smart. You pick a chief justice, you kill him, you think that's the end. You can see that these people were big miscalculators.
In response to President Museveni's remarks on granting bail, Chief Justice Alfonso Winyidolo was quick to notify the President that granting bail to alleged capital offense offenders is a constitutional right to any accused person.
A judicial officer does not wake up from the wrong side of the bed and deny bail to an applicant, or wake up from the right side of the bed and grant bail to all and sundry. The rules for grant of for bail is very clear. There are many factors in addition that the applicant will actually turn up for hearing.
Chief Justice Dole also called for non-interference in the independence of the judiciary by political actors while executing its work. The cited case backlog has a challenge facing the judiciary.
When litigants wait in vain and die of old age without seeing justice done, because it takes over 10 years for a case to be disposed of, if ever.
It was during this function that Emeritus Chief Justice Wako Wambuzi presented a book about the reflections of the achievements of the late Chief Justice Benedict Chwanka during his tenure.
Excellency, we thank you so much for launching the book.
Other speakers who attended the function applauded the tremendous work done by the late Chief Justice Benedict Chwanka.
The life of the late Chief Justice was taken away because of his conviction in defending the equality of citizens before the law, their liberty, and his belief in the rule of law.
Not only for the Bill of Rights, but also singled out specific rights that must not be derogated from under any circumstances.
In attendance were a few lawyers and judicial officials. The Permanent Secretary to the Judiciary, Pius Bigirimana, Emeritus Chief Justices of Uganda, the family of the late Chief Justice Benedict Chwanka, among others. At the function, awards were given out to those who have worked tirelessly to light the candle at the judiciary. The late Chief Justice Benedict Chwanka Magumba Kajimu was known as a person who spoke the truth, a freedom fighter, and respected human rights. He was murdered on the 21st of September 1972 at Machindia military prison in the hands of Idi Amin security operatives. Ivan Juko, Rebecca Nantango, UBC News.
Now, environmentalists are worried about the rapid wetland degradation in urban areas. This is attributed to illegal settlements and other forms of unplanned development. In Wakiso district, the relentless wetland destruction is now pushing the district's water sources and the entire wetland biodiversity to the edge of extinction. Saddam Mubale has more.
Choga wetland in Wakiso district is on the verge of extinction following herbicide use to dry the wetland and pave way for livestock farming. This drying vegetation is a clear indication to show the hazardous level of chemicals on the wetland system. Choga wetland, which is also a source of drinking water for Wakiso Town Council, is in danger after livestock farmers dried off the wetland vegetation and killing the entire biodiversity. The chairperson of Wakiso district is concerned about the destruction, but cites financial and human resource challenges to monitor wetland degradation in his region.
Even uncoordinated government agencies in the matter of environmental protection is also another issue. Of course, you find those agencies are not well facilitated. But like here at the district, the entire district natural resource officer, a department, has one pickup, which sometimes has not even fuel. So that is also another critical area, and it is also the same issue in NEMA.
According to the recent launched State of the Environment report on wetland and forests, the percentage rate of the wetlands has drastically declined, something that worries environmentalists. Saddam Mubale, Pathias Karikona, UBC News.
The ruling NRM government has appealed to opposition politicians to join hands with the party to implement the country's development agenda. Minister for Energy and Mineral Development Rhoda Ngonzi decries politicking tendencies, which she says are a common characteristic of the opposition politicians in Uganda.
Rhoda Ngonzi's arrival in Kiboga Town Council on Sunday afternoon was to a warm reception. It was clear indication that she may have lost her woman parliamentary seat. but her love for national service remains unbroken. Such kind of spirit was top among the appeals she exhibited before Ugandans, including opposition politicians. This appeal is to the effect that the country's national development agenda cannot be implemented in isolation.
We are not going to implement any other party's manifesto except the NRM manifesto. So they should always remember that and welcome the programs that we bring in their areas.
This is how she has been able to take her lobbying capacity a notch higher, securing food relief items for the people of Kiboga.
We will be donating 2 tons of rice, 2 tons of maize flour, that is posho, 2 tons of beans, over 1,000 kilograms of salt, and 500 liters of cooking oil.
The relief was channeled through Nankabira Social Empowerment Agency, or NASIA, as goes its acronym. It is a non-government organization charged with a mission to inspire, empower and connect communities to change their mindset.
It's time for service delivery. It's no longer time for politicking. Unfortunately, the people want to politic. Abantu bagala balemere mu politics oyo politics. Nankabirwa amanyi gamugwa. Waliwo yali asinga katacha ina manyi. Kakati tajja kola kino. Kakati omalirako obudde obwo. Nze omanyi gyendi.
In the meantime, government has also been called upon to expedite the process of paying outstanding balance owed to Church of Uganda. The 27 billion shillings, 5 of which has been paid, originates from airport land that government acquired from the church.
The president directed that the Minister of Finance looks for this money to pay Church of Uganda. But we got only 5 billion. I need 20 billions more, 22 more billions. And we would not be crying over completing the date of the church house.
Nankabirwa was recently appointed Minister for Energy and Mineral Development. She looks forward to continue propelling the country's development agenda, not just in Kiboga district. Henry Okurut, UBC.
Well, with that, we take a quick break. When we return, more details. This is News Tonight.
Brought to you by...
Participate in the 545 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 545 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank, our bank.
My home, I smile when I think of you, Uganda. My home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda. My home, oh my Uganda.
I know, with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because I feel that we belong together. My home, under the sun so bright, under the moon at night, on my heart, mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey, mama.
At MTN, we look forward to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
Five times the winning, yeah. 5 times the happiness, yeah. 5 times the luckiness, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5. 5 times the money, yeah. 5 times the shopping, yeah. 5 times the prizes, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5.
Win!
100,000 Uganda shillings weekly in the 5-for-5 jackpot. Simply download the Sente mobile app. Click Sente on the go to open your account online. Transact 5 times or more using Sente Mobile, Sente Visa, and Sente Agent to stand a chance to win. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. So, participate in the 5-for-5 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 5-for-5 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank. Our bank, Centenary Bank, is regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund.
Airtel Uganda has the best and most affordable rates when it comes to withdrawing and sending money. Withdraw money for as low as 330 shillings up to a maximum of 12,500 shillings. Sending money is just as affordable as ever. Absolutely unbeatable. Use Airtel Money on the most affordable network with the largest network of Airtel Money branches in Uganda. Dial *185# to get started. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV value. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cap competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Now in business news, Uganda has joined the rest of the world to mark the Tourism Day. The event on the theme Tourism for Inclusive Growth was held virtually in the capital, Kampala, for the second year running due to the restrictions related to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Thank you very much.
Government is focused on key areas to assist in the recovery of the tourism sector. These areas include health and safety, financial recovery, and promotion of the country as the ultimate tourism destination.
Before the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the tourism industry had demonstrated that it was a powerful lever to fight poverty, to promote social and economic inclusion of vulnerable groups. The tourism industry was contributing 6.2% of the country's gross domestic product and employing close to 600,000 people directly and many more indirectly. As has been said, the COVID-19 pandemic has had a devastating social and economic impact on Uganda's economy, resulting in an additional 300,000 persons falling into poverty.
This was observed at the event to mark the World Tourism Day, celebrated annually on the 27th of September. This year's celebrations were on the theme, Tourism for Inclusive Growth.
Tourism for inclusive growth should focus in one way or the other on bringing together and sharing benefits which come from the tourism industry so that our poor people can equally benefit.
At a time when the COVID-19 related standard operating procedures and strict visitor guidelines continues to impact negatively on visitor numbers to the tourism sites, deliberations at the Kampala Sheraton Hotel focused on finding a workable solution to spur the surge in numbers of tourists, which will ultimately translate to improved revenue stream for the players and the economy.
The COVID pandemic has accelerated our realization that the solid tourism market base is right here at home. We have therefore initiated many campaigns to promote awareness and travel in the domestic market, and we commit to do more. I call upon the private sector to focus on this logical segment by developing relatable products and the right pricing for this market.
At the event, Uganda Tourism Board committed to aggressively market Uganda as the top tourist destination, working with different players in the value chain to ensure inclusive growth and development. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Connect your home online with MTN WakaNet Max, a fast and reliable home internet solution to power your streaming, gaming, online classes, work, and CCTV security cameras. The MTN WakaNet Max starter kit comes with a free 4G router, SIM card, and 35 GB bundle with no validity, all at 245,000 Uganda shillings. Visit any MTN service center to sign up.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly. Until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV value. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cap competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate their 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175 hash and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. Now in sports, no time to rest for the national senior football team as Cranes tactician Milton Mitchell named 33 local best players for the World Cup qualifier game against Rwanda on the 7th and 10th October this year. The team has resumed training this afternoon after their Cranes Mutima tour in Eastern region, where the Cranes won 1-0. Among the 33 include 7 Vipers Sports Club players, 10 from KCCA FC and 4 from Express FC. New inclusions in the squad include David Bagole, Livingstone Mulondo and Express's Mahadiaya Kakoza. The foreign best players will arrive in the camp as when FIFA dates will be opened. Uganda is third in Group E that has Mali, Kenya and Rwanda. Well, that does it for News Tonight for now, but we do return at 10 o'clock with more details. Elizabeth Nakakoni on sign language. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. We'll leave you with a weather update with Kutesa Mili.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to today's weather report. I'm Alitweda Juliet from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. We still have wet activities over different parts of our country, and from the rainfall report received by 9 a.m. this morning, we had Jinja with the highest of 20.7 millimeters, Kampala 18.4, Bushenyi reported 16.7, whereas Soroti reported 11.2 millimeters. And from the satellite image taken over Africa, it indicates that the rain belt is still over our country, but we have a low pressure system over the south of our continent that is depriving us from some moisture and leading us to a reduction in wet weather activities. For tomorrow morning, we are expecting light rains for areas in the lake and the eastern region of the lake, together with some parts in West Nile. Elsewhere, we shall have sunny intervals. Later in the afternoon, we expect a pickup of thunder showers in different parts of our country, light rains for areas in the north and southwestern Uganda. And for the northern sector, we shall have sunny intervals. The maximum temperatures are expected to rise to 30 degrees centigrade for the northern and northeastern. Around the lake, we are expecting a maximum of 28 degrees centigrade, Kampala, our capital city, inclusive. And for Kabale Highlands, we are expecting a maximum of 24 degrees centigrade. Elsewhere on the globe, we are expecting sunny conditions for Doha and Dubai at a maximum of 38 degrees centigrade in Dubai. Rains are still expected for Zanzibar, Mumbai and Mombasa at a maximum of 30 degrees centigrade for Mombasa City. Thank you for keeping us company. Join us for another edition tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening.
Like the sea.